Let's talk about placing your stickers like a pro. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I am working in my checklist layout. We're going to talk about some tips to place stickers like a pro. Now, here's the thing. I don't know that I'm a professional sticker placer, but I do get comments where people are like, oh, I could never do that. Oh, I don't know how to do that. You can do it too. It's all about a few things that you may see YouTubers doing over and over again that you can repeat in your planner to make a really beautiful planner spread that inspires you and gets you to interact with your planner every day. And that is kind of the goal. So I have chosen to use Plum Happy from the Happy Planner. It is a beautiful purple book. I'm here for it. I love, love, love it. And I've also pulled out purple boxes and more from Mojo Jojo Plans. So I will link both of these down below. I'm using my checklist layout that is available over in my shop. All right, let's go. First off, I was so excited to use this Plum Happy sticker book. Something that you will see people use is stickers that are not necessarily designed for the size planner that they are working with. So this particular sticker book is a large one. It is really large stickers, and you might think, well, this goes better with a big sized Happy planner or a venti size planner spread. And I think you can use any size sticker in any spread. It really helps you think outside the box when you're working with different size stickers. So tip number one, definitely don't limit yourself to a particular size of sticker as you are working. Something else you will see people do to help them create their planner spreads is to use something to plan the stickers on. I like these sticker guides from the Happy Planner. They are currently out of stock though. You can also use wax paper, which also has a translucent or transparent effect. So you can kind of plan out where your stickers are going to go. This allows you to do a little brainstorming and move stickers around without tearing your page over and over again. Now, once you have some ideas with the sticker guides and you're using stickers that are kind of outside the normal realm for that particular size, then I want you to spend some time thinking literally outside the box, outside the boxes of your planner spread. That is something that really takes your spread to the next level. And that's what I'm working on right here. I'm actually filling in the margins around where the actual planning is going to go. You can see me just placing stickers here and there. When I need to, I'm pulling out a craft knife so that I can cut away the parts that are within the regular boxes. Now, this is up to you. You can totally leave this inner section there still, but it actually allows me to get more use out of these stickers because let me show you what I mean. I'm very gently cutting. I actually need to sharpen this knife or get a new blade. It's a little bit worn out, but I'm cutting away these stickers right here so that I can have full use of this box over in the corner. And then I can take this little piece of sticker and repurpose it, reuse it on a different part of the spread. That gives you more bang for your buck on these stickers. Look, I'm going to use this one sticker and it's going to cover almost this whole bottom section all from one sticker. Plus, I'm going to be able to use some of it up top in the top left-hand corner as well. So it saves you money because you're getting a lot of distance for each sticker, but it also causes you to turn stickers in different shapes, turn it in different directions, and look at the stickers in a new way, which can really spark some creative inspiration as you're putting things down on your spread. So you can see at this point, I've worked with maybe 3 total stickers and it's already making a pretty big impact for the theming of the spread. You're definitely getting the purple and the florals. They're coming through and it only took me a few stickers to get there. All right, I'm going to fill in a few more of these little spots and then we're going to grab another tool that I think will help you use your stickers like a pro, and that would be a whiteout piece. I use the whiteout tape. Some people like to use white gel pens or different whiteouts. It's whatever your preference is. And this allows you to put down these clear stickers, clear sticker paper, and not have them interrupt your stickers. Now, this is a personal preference thing. Sometimes I don't mind if I have a line going through a sticker. It doesn't really bother me that much, but sometimes it really does make a big difference. It kind of adds some visual clutter. So having a whiteout tool of some sort, I like the Bic whiteout rollers. I just think they're easy to toss in my bag when I'm planning on the go, or white gel pen, whatever the case may be, can really help you eliminate those and use your clear stickers in a way that makes a lot of impact. And let's also talk a little mixing and matching. Now, washi tape is something that I'm actually putting a little more emphasis on this year because I a little bit want to justify my very large washi tape collection. I have a ton of washi tape. I love washi tape. So I am trying to use it more and more in my spreads, and I think it adds an interesting dynamic. In this case, the washi tape is bringing to the forefront a little bit of bling. It's adding a little bit of extra oomph to the spread, which I think adds to the texture. So I love adding it in little bits and pieces, not to overwhelm the spread, but to add something different. Plus, whenever you're combining elements from different sources, meaning this washi tape didn't necessarily come with this sticker book, and you'll see me pulling in an additional sticker book here in a minute. I think it adds a level of interest and uniqueness to your spread because you're combining things that others may not normally combine. As we've been going through this, you may have noticed that I've been putting stickers on my arm and then pulling them off. That is what I do with clear stickers that I know I will be cutting. So I knew I was going to be trimming those off. It takes off a level of the stickiness, allowing it to be easier to pull off the page once it's cut. So another little pro tip, putting it on your arm, not the hairy part of your arm, but the underside of your arm, just to add like the slightest little touch of oil, the slightest little touch of something that just makes it a little bit easier to pull the sticker later, is something that I've learned to do over time and really has helped me get stickers off the page a bit easier. Now at this point, I'm working with these purple florals to bring them to all parts of the spread. I'm working within all the margins. You may have noticed I haven't taken up much of the actual planning space. Yes, I did use some of those boxes at the bottom. We will be layering stickers down there that allows them to be a bit more functional, but I do like the big stickers, the big impact, and I think the way the rest of the checklist layout is laid out makes it really easy to still fit everything I need within the parameters of the top 2 rows of boxes, leaving me plenty of room to play with the stickers down below. All right, I'm just going to cut off this little, it was being very stubborn. Like I said, my craft knife needs a little bit of a replacement here, but let's pull this off. I'm feeling pretty good about all of the edges. We have some functionality happening over on the left-hand side with a section for meal planning. And now we need some functional boxes. Something else you will see a lot of people doing is putting their boxes, like I said before, outside the box, turning them in different directions, not being restrained within the lines that you may have on your planner spread, but thinking of overlapping boxes and playing with them outside of the typical parameters. You still can see what day each box belongs to. I don't think it's very difficult if it's overlapping a little bit, but it starts to break up some of the lines that can really form when you're using a lot of functional boxes. And I love functional boxes. They help me organize my week so much with all of the different kit activities. But every now and then pulling them outside of that vertical box makes a big difference. And I also like to contrast it with every now and then there's a box that's inside the box. So it adds interest to your spread when you don't follow one particular formula for how those are going to be placed the whole time. All right. I also love layering, and that's a big element of decorative planning and bringing in these beautiful stickers into your spread. You still want your planner to be functional. That's so important. And if we only focused on function, you probably wouldn't have any room to put decorative stickers. If we only focused on decorative stickers, your planner wouldn't actually be functional. So I combine the two by layering some of the decorative stickers behind functional boxes or on the edges of functional boxes. It gives you the hint of what is happening, gives you a little bit of that theme coming into different parts of the spread, but still allows plenty of writing room on those white sticker functional box pieces so that you can still get the most out of your spread. So for instance, I'm going to add just a little bit over here in the corner. I'm going to cut this sticker. Do not be afraid to cut a sticker to make it work for you and what you need in a particular spread. And I can just save this other little piece for another time. But I added that little decorative element. There's still plenty of room to write on a Friday. It's still there. I can still add my plans for that day, but I have a little bit of that decoration coming in. All right, I'm going to repeat elements here. That's another really big tip. Repeating some elements. I'm repeating that washi tape. I'm adding little bits and pieces of it to the top section. We have big bold lines down there at the bottom, but I wanted to bring that bling, that shine, that foiling up to the top as well. And it's just little touches here and there. It's not another big bold line. It's nothing like that. Just little bits so that you can see your eye moving on the page, catching those foil moments. I'm also going to bring the foil in different parts. Again, cutting these stickers gets more bang for your buck. So I cut that floral in half so that I can include it in a different section as well and fill in a little bit more of that white space. I do want to pull in some stickers that I've been loving from Proud Sticker Designs. So far I've used the Happy Planner, I've used Mojo Jojo Plans, this is Proud Sticker Designs, and then washi tape from my stash. So combining different elements from different companies to create a truly unique spread that works for you is a really great way to I don't know, stretch yourself, I guess, when it comes to creative planning and playing with your stickers. So adding a few of these functional pieces here and there. I love how this spread is coming together. It makes me super, super happy. We're going to add some numbers at the top. I work with undated planners because I like to be able to change up the numbers. If you have a dated planner and you're wanting to kind of change the font of the numbers at the top, you can always just white them out and then either create your own stickers or buy some additional numbered stickers from Keleva Plan, Mojo Jojo Plans, Wrong. They all have dated sticker books. And then I'm filling in a few of the gaps up here. I have so much room to write on this spread, so much room to create, but it is a pretty impactful decorative spread as well. I'm hoping that this helped inspire you to really stretch yourself. Playing with stickers can be such a wonderful, fun, creative outlet, and sometimes pushing yourself outside the box can really be an inspiration. So have fun decorating this week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. As always, I will link supplies that I used down in the description box below. I also want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon community. Thank you all so much for your amazing support. We have so much fun over on Patreon. There's a lot of different perks that you can take advantage of over there, and we'd love to have you join us. Head on over to patreon.com/ScrappyWife to find out more. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.